enough?
For what? Wyatt, stop! What are you doing?
My daughter was pushed into the water by those damn punks so they could escape from the police. When we got to the police station, not only had the sheriff failed to catch the punks, but he also wanted me to pay for the yacht damages. I immediately reminded him that we weren't here as tourists. We had bought a house in the Ozarks. Once we settled down and paid local taxes, we'd have the right to vote in his elections. Hearing this, the sheriff immediately ordered his officers to bring in the punks. He even warned us not to let our daughter get mixed up with another girl from the punk group. The girl's name was Ruth, smart and cunning, skilled at breaking and entering. He showed me her mugshot, and she looked somewhat familiar. Then it quickly hit me. This was the hotel clerk who had been hovering around us. I immediately realized something was wrong. By the time I rushed back to the hotel, the worst had happened. An entire suitcase containing $3 million in cash had vanished. I was stunned. Not only had my money laundering plan gotten off to a bad start, but now I'd lost the drug lord's money too. At that moment, I felt ice cold all over. I knew I was standing at the edge of hell. I immediately called the sheriff and tactfully found out Ruth's whereabouts. No matter what, I had to do everything in my power to get that money back. I rented a yacht, pretending to go fishing, then brought 2 large tackle boxes and headed across the lake. Ruth's gang was holed up in an abandoned house on the other side. After reaching my destination, I quietly crept to the door. Inside, they were discussing how to split up this huge sum. After steadying my nerves, I immediately burst in.
That is my money and I'm taking it. Relax, relax. Just tell me one thing, okay? What do you think you're gonna do with all of that cash? Okay, and you can't put it in the bank. These guys file cash transaction reports to the IRS for any deposits over $10,000. So can't go shopping for some fancy truck or something, not with cash. IRS will be on your front doorstep first thing in the morning. All that is there is a lifetime supply of groceries and gas. That's all it is.
Using my silver tongue, I temporarily intimidated this bunch of street thugs. Then I pulled out my real ace in the hole. I claimed the money belonged to a Mexican drug cartel, and I was just responsible for watching it. To make them believe me, I had one of the guys look up information about drug lord Liddell online.
So you need to think this through.
Everyone looked at each other uncertainly. If it really was the drug lord's money, they truly didn't have the guts to take it. But one troublemaker in the group raised doubts. He didn't believe the $3 million belonged to the drug lord.
Well, he trusted me with 8. There's $5 more million under the bed at that motel and a couple of duffel bags and a suitcase. What? Don't worry about that. The only question you guys need to be asking is, are you murderers? You steal that money, you're gonna have to kill me. Because there's another man who works for Mr. Navarro, a very serious man, and he's gonna come to town, he's gonna ask me where that money is, and if I'm still alive, I'm gonna have to tell him that the Langmores stole it. At which point, he's gonna find someone with your last name and start removing their skin until he locates the rest of you. So you decide right now, once and for all, are you killers?
My words had scared the crowd, but this clever girl saw through the facade. She suggested they couldn't buy new cars, but they could buy used ones. This remote location meant the IRS wouldn't constantly monitor them, and most importantly, they'd never have another chance to get rich like this again. Seeing that everyone was almost convinced by her, I couldn't let her ruin things. I threw out another, more pressing issue that struck right at their hearts.
Who's the irresponsible one that's gonna burn through theirs in like 5 years? They're gonna come asking you for a little bit of yours, and what are you gonna tell that person? You gonna tell them no? What happens then? Do they threaten to rat you out for stealing the money and killing me? Because don't forget, for all this to work, you gotta kill me. And did you know that Missouri has the death penalty? So, unless you're prepared to kill a family member to keep yourself off death row, you're looking at constant, continuous, relentless pursuit for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I'm out.
The Wyatt brothers were the first to crack, and the others couldn't hold out either, starting to negotiate.
We're taking 100 grand.
Mr. Navarro will take it back.
50 then.
He'll take that too.
We're taking 20,000.
I didn't care anymore. Losing just 20,000 was already the best possible outcome. Ruth didn't leave. She just silently watched me. She had long since seen through my tough exterior, hiding a weak interior. But without her accomplice's support, she couldn't take the huge sum.
Just got that done, didn't I? Why do I have this feeling we both know that you'd be better off dead?